Hello, welcome back to Citizen Pew Online, and in this video I'm going to talk about some tips to surviving 7 days to die on insanity mode. So, yep, that is what I've been playing the last few times I started playing, and with the new update, that is what I started on, was insanity mode. So the first tip I have is oh, come on. Ah, I accidentally hit do a clip instead of turn on live view. But anyhow, first tip I have is elevated. Get yourself elevated. So before night comes on the first day, you need to be in the air at night, or you will have a very hard time surviving. So by 2200, yeah, I had the first four here. You can see where the spikes are. I had that built and the basic frame up there done so that I could be elevated at night. Of course, I'm putting on the edging and everything right now. I build at night and I go out during the day because up until right now, I should have a bike built, but I have not had any means of movement other than just on foot. So I try to go out, do what I need to do, whether I'm searching stuff and all that, and then get back a couple, like at 2000, get a little bit of wood gathered up so I can add on real quick, jump up, and then work on my base at night. Now that I have a bike, I can likely outrun any threat at night. So I'll be going out at night a little more often, especially in the morning, to look for deer and stuff like that. So anyhow, first tip, you need to be elevated before that first night hits. You just do. And then don't get too caught up on building your base. You can just build it as you go. So second recommendation, though, is the location where you build your base. I would find one of the vendors, the first one you find on day one of playing Insanity mode on here, and build somewhere near it. So there is my vendor right there. Bam. So got a little bit of creek on there. The nice thing too is this location, there's water right there. So if I was unable to get water, I could just drink from the lake there. Of course, you get diarrhea when you do that, but you won't die. So the other thing is I have a rock mound right there, which was kind of nice. So when I start needing rock, I have a rock mound right there. I don't have to dig down necessarily to find it. So, all right. Yep. All right. That is the end of that first tip there. Get yourself elevated. So the next thing you're going to have to do, once you get yourself off the ground, food is the hardest thing to get. Food and water. So, a lot of people want to start going and raiding buildings and stuff like that and finding cool stuff. Yeah, on Insanity mode, you are not going to be up to that challenge at all. Like at all. It's crazy. Um, even the houses and buildings with no skulls, you might be able to hit one or two a day. So, all right, a deer. So the other thing is, you're gonna have to find a way to get stuff. There we go. Let me go get that deer real quick. Oop. So what I did the first day or so, probably 2 days, I followed the roads. I ended up finding I think two other vendors in Pine Forest and one in the Burnt Forest. Doing that, I'll show you the map here. So all these places I went on foot, and I made sure I had plenty of time to get back. So here's where I started the game, right here. Boom. Came over here, walked around, found this town, came over here, find Rick, the trader, started building. Boom. Got myself elevated, made it through that night. Along the way, I searched all the cars here and all the mailboxes I could in this town. The next day, I came over, followed this road, searching cars, came over to this town, searching mailboxes, found that trader right there. Came back. Day 3, I went down this way, found this trader, went down a little bit, found the wasteland, and then came back. Of course, searching cars and everything. And then today, or on the day-wise, day 4 on the game, I went this way, and then came over here, found Jen, came over here, and came back. Of course, searching cars and everything. I have hit, I think I've gone in 2 trailers, and that's it. That is all I've done as far as going into structures and stuff like that. Because, yeah, I do not, on insanity mode. Now, I'm not set up to, if I die, I lose everything. I've tried that before, and that's annoying when you do die. But I don't want to. So, I think the longest I've gone on insanity mode is 11 days without dying. So it gets pretty tough, especially when the screamers start coming in and all that. Of course, it's nighttime, and I normally shut these off at night. So we're just going to turn them off. But yeah. So, yeah. Tip 1, get yourself elevated. Tip 2, scavenge everything you can without going into a building. A building is going to tear you up, and it's just going to take your time away from you from actually finding stuff that can be useful or that you can sell at the vendor. Just hit cars. Just hit cars and mailboxes until you have enough to when you can till you can go into a building. Like I can go into the no skull buildings, but I still don't think I have enough to go into a single skull building just because I have a basic bow, I have a single shot rifle, and then I have my club here. But yeah, but I have a bike now, so I can explore more. So that's what I'm going to be doing, is exploring, staying out of buildings for a long time. All right. So tip number 3. Wait a minute, am I getting out of order? 1, get elevated. 2, yeah, don't go into buildings. 3, you got to get your food set up. You got to get food and water going. You can see I don't have any flower or any growing pots, or I don't have any water collectors yet. I can make them, but I don't have room for them. I don't have a place to put them. I don't have my structure complete yet. So just scavenging the land, looking through trash and cars, you'll get plenty of murky water. So the first thing you'll need to get, though, to actually boil the water is you need to get that pan right there. And that was why I went into 2 trailers. I went into the first trailer, I found a grill. Second trailer, I found the pan. Boom, I'm done. I'm done with trailers. I don't need to go into any places until I get a little bit more skill set. But food-wise, you definitely need to get to where you're making bacon and eggs. That is critical. You need bacon and eggs. That is the best, first hit with food is bacon and eggs. 1, because it doesn't make you thirsty, and 2, it gives you a lot of energy. Now, I got lucky. I found a bunch of, I think I still have some. With water, I found a bunch of yucca fruit in like a bag out in the middle of nowhere. But I also was collecting the goldenrod flower and the chrysanthemum, whatever it is, so I can make stuff other than water for drinking. Because water will keep you hydrated, but it it isn't as effective as like the flavored stuff. And then coffee too. You can get go for coffee, but I tell you what, yeah, you're going to want your skill set. One of the first things you want to do when you get your skills to start moving up, I'll show you here. Is where is it? It's the one where I think it is it the huntsman? Yeah, so I get to harvest more from animals. You're going to want that so you can start getting meat. And then if you're having problems finding magazines, I think the chef here, yeah, you can find more cooking magazines and loot and stuff. But honestly, I mean, cooking magazines are the most frequently seen, most for me at least. So it was, like I said, this is day 4. By day 4, I think it was halfway through the day on this day of the game, I had enough magazines to make bacon and eggs. I came back and started making bacon and eggs before it got dark and went out and collected wood. So, but yeah, that's another tip there. You've got to get early, get your food and drink established. So, I cooked all my meat. All right. So, another tip, plan your organization because you're going to be building at night on your base once you get your platform going. So kind of get your organization figured out as you go, because I built this, I built this square here first, and then the next night I added on that square, and the next night I added on 2 more squares, and then the next night, or actually I think it was just, yeah, before nighttime here, I built on this square, and there you go. So you just got to get it planned out because you're not going to be able to build it all at once. There's no way. And eventually I'll have stairs going up here, and I'll have my dew collectors and my garden up there. But all right. So we covered a few things there. Next thing is weapons and tools. Upgrade these as you can. Don't say, oh, I just went up 1 level. I don't want to use energy or resources to upgrade another one. Do it. Keep anything that you're currently using, keep it as up to date as possible. Because you're in insanity mode. Every little bit helps. Yeah, see, I got a bow 3 I can build now. So we're gonna do that. And yeah, you might think, it's only 1 step above, but yeah, you know what? That one little bit, could be the difference between me making it back to my base or not. So, and then you might have a bow on this one, or an arrow. Oh, if you have an arrow, if you go to modify, it'll drop the arrow for you. There you go. And this is, I'm just putting everything right there for now. That's kind of my miscellaneous one. But you can see here I've gotten a little organized. I got a general idea how I'm going to lay my base out. I'm probably going to need to get rid of this guy. The nice thing about being elevated is, oh, come on. Oh, man. Always reload your weapon. Well, come on. Really? Alright, we'll go down there. Of course. Alright, he's done. Get my arrow back here. Yeah, I have not advanced enough to get one headshot kill yet. So, on the weakest zombie, I can. But it is night, so the zombies are a little bit more powerful at night. So, but that's one of the nice things about being elevated. Yeah, you can take that shot, and if you miss, or if it doesn't fall and they start running after you, get out of there. So, there we go. We got 4 things. Quickly get elevated. Yeah, scavenge, whatever you call it. Run around and just loot cars, trash, mailboxes, stuff like that. Get your skill set up. And then the other thing is do your challenges, because they'll give you experience. And the experience will help you level up. At level 2, you get 5 skill points to spend. So that's a good thing there. So it's really important to get to level 2. And then, so another tip is stick with one type of weapon. Like, now, I'm going to say this, stick with one type, but have something for close range, have something for mid range, and have something for long range. So I chose rifles for long range. It's a single shot for right now, but it helps me hunt and get food. For close range, I have my pipe baton here. Yep. And then for mid range, I have my bow. Now my bow can also do somewhat long range, but it's a lot harder to aim with the bow. You know, you don't have a scope on it or anything, but with the rifle you do. So those are the 3 weapons I've chosen to stick with. I'm building them up. Of course, knife. You need a good knife. You might put skills towards that if you're, you know, getting food. But honestly, the wildlife is very plentiful right at dawn. So I try to get, you know, looking around for animals right as the sun comes up, and I've been doing pretty good at getting some food. So, yep. But weapon-wise, if you're jumping back and forth, you're not. I don't know. I mean, if you look at your skills, yeah. You know, I just recently put my first skill point towards the rifles, but before that, I did archery. So, but yeah, I don't have enough points. I'm only level 9 right now on day. So I'm starting day 5. So there you go. And like I said, until I have the means to not be on foot, I am staying on the base when it's dark. But there is my bike I just built, so I have that. Yep. And let's see here. I think trying to think what else I can tell you while we're here before daylight, so I can show you during daylight. Oh, I will say this: avoid dogs. Avoid dogs. They're crazy, powerful. Just avoid them. Just avoid dogs. Like right now, I don't even want to deal with a dog. I don't have anything that can help. I will probably, if I come into a contact with a dog, I'm probably not going to survive it. I don't have the necessary weapons, and I don't have the necessary armor to survive a dog, let alone like a pack if I hit a pack of dogs. So get out of the rain here so you guys can hear me. But let's see here. Did I level up my armor? Oh, I did. Sweet. Yeah, that's another thing about night, is I can check and see what I leveled up while I was out looting and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and craft ourselves some better armor. There we go. Alright. That other armor is useless, but I'm going to hang on to it for a little bit. Alright, so as you can see, yeah, keep yourself upgraded. Get your bar down at the bottom here organized so you know where everything is. Get used to it. Don't change it around. I like to do the three left ones as weapons. The fourth one is my knife. And then the far right two are my food and drink. The third one from the right is my medical. And then everything else is just tools. So usually when I get to iron tools, I'll carry an axe and a pick, and then either a shovel or a wrench or something like that, depending on what I'm doing. So, but yep, that is some basic stuff. I'll tell you what, when I edit this for YouTube, I'll jump right over to some more tips that I talk about while it's daylight. Yeah, but if you're live streaming, I'm going to add to my base while we're waiting for daylight. Alright, we're going to pick back up now that the rain has stopped. It is daylight. It's not quite as early as I wanted to get started on showing you some more tips. But, next tip, get wheels as soon as possible, because it is painful walking everywhere. Now, the bike doesn't have that much storage, but it doesn't matter. You can be loaded completely up, and you'll still be able to pedal around and stuff. And you'll still have your turbo speed. So, yeah, you know, your fast walk or your fast biking. But if you look here, yeah, what do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 storage. 4, yeah. Not much. But, as you can see, we have taken, we've gone a lot of places by foot. So one thing I want to do is go this whole distance now that I have a bike and catch all the vehicles I can up along here and stuff like that, and then start following this path. Something's going to get me back over to here, and I'm just going to keep doing the roads. Now, I did set this game up for 30-day Horde Nights. If you're doing 7-day Horde Nights, you're going to be hard-pressed. Hard-pressed to survive in Insanity mode. You're going to basically, your first Horde Night for sure, you're going to want to have the means to run. So, a bike minimum. Preferably a mini bike. But then you have to have gas. And to be able to do that, you're going to need to scavenge as much as you can. So that you'll have gas to use. Anyhow, that's if you do 7 days. I like the 30 days playing on Insanity mode. Are you kidding me? Alright, I'm just wasting bullets now. I got food. I'm not hurting for food right now. But, you know, you gotta stay diligent. That's another tip there. Stay diligent. You're on sanity mode. Nothing is being given to you. So I like to pedal fast speed for a little bit and then pedal slow just to get to where I'm going faster. Yeah, remember, just run. You're not going to take two zombies, that's for sure. You're not. So just run. I mean, even from a distance with the rifle and my arrows, yeah, no. And I'll tell you this, I was over in the burnt forest, came across the hog. I was like, oh, there's a lot of meat. Yeah, that hog almost got me. Almost got me. I got lucky. It got caught behind a car. Gave me a chance to get away. But, alright, I need that truck though. I hate the bow. I mean, I like the bow because it doesn't take much to get into it, but it's definitely a mid-range. Yeah, see, look at this. Look at it. You get magazines, you get all kinds of stuff from cars. You just gotta, that is the tip. Just do cars. Just do cars. Oh, come on. You can see, it takes a lot to take them down. Alright. Yeah, so can you imagine getting caught in a house or something like that when you only have this level of firepower? Yeah, it's not going to be good. It's not going to be good. On insanity mode, just stay out of the houses until you're well enough ready. I really don't need coffee until I'm going to be in the snow area, so I haven't been carrying it. So that's another thing, kind of keep in mind, another tip. You will overload yourself being a hoarder. I know, because I'm a hoarder. I hoard everything. I want it all. I don't want to let any of it go. But it's not quite feasible. And then remember, if you don't have a suppressor on your rifle, you're drawing attention to yourself. The bow, the nice thing about the bow is it's silent. Another thing to note. Alright, we're going to get over to the vendor here and sell some stuff. But this is what I did for the first, few days. Just, of course, I was on foot going around and, searching cars and mailboxes. Nice thing about these guys is they're slow, so might as well take them out because you can get the experience points. May take you a couple arrows and a shot, but that's part of insanity mode. Knowing knowing what you can take on and what you can't. So anyhow, trying to think if there's any other tips. Like I said, this is my third game to set up with insanity mode. I think 11 days was the longest I went without dying. I was just getting bold. That's it. I was getting bold. But yeah, in insanity mode, there is no bold. You really need to be to the point where you're overpowered for the situation. Because, you know, stuff can turn on you. And honestly, you start getting into some of the two skull houses and stuff. And, yeah, you know, where they have collapsing floors. And next thing you know, you're in you're in over your head. So I probably won't start doing houses until I have something that's a semi-automatic. You know, either I could carry around a semi-automatic pistol or a full auto rifle, something like that. Something with multiple rounds in a magazine. Yeah. I mean, the bow will be good for, like, sneaking around and stuff, but once you startle them and they're after you, you really need to be able to dump some rounds and, yeah, get yourself out. But, that's another tip. I'm not going to go into structure in this video, but I will say from the other times I've played on insanity mode, if you aren't making sure you have an exit path, you're gonna be stuck. Like sometimes I would just like purposely go and hammer out the side of a house, just because I was like, you know what, I don't want to get stuck here. So, yep. Alright, let's get over to our vendor here. Sell this stuff off. Because that is honestly how you're gonna until you can get meat. This is gonna be how you're gonna be feeding yourself. Just come in here until you find meat in a pot.
Make it
You know,
snappy.
your water.
I gotta take a crap.
Your water and everything's gonna come from here. So
My shop, my rules. You follow, or you.
yeah, well, okay, I guess that's might have to edit that out for YouTube. I don't know, we'll see. That's really all I want to sell. But the other thing is, now once you get your food situation set up, which I have, I can start buying magazines if there's stuff. See, he has three handgun magazines. I'll probably I'll buy them all. I think handguns is what I'm going to go with. I'm going to do bow, handguns, and rifles. So
No refunds.
there we go.
Deal's done. Now
Deal's
beat it.
done. Holy cow! Ah. Well, definitely gonna have to edit both those out on YouTube. That's just... All right. So that is pretty much everything I have for right now, tip-wise. I might do a follow-up later on, depending on how far I get along on this one. But now there is one other tip: get yourself some honey. Run around and hit every stump you have. You're going to need a lot of wood. Get a lot of wood and always hit stumps. Always stop for stumps. I have like a bunch of them now. I think I have a whole stack of honey. Just in case. Just in case. Alright, y'all. That's all I have for you right now. Those are my tips for Insanity Mode on 7 Days to Die. And if you didn't know, I am playing on the latest update, which had the generate your own map. And this is a generated map, so yeah, I did a video on setting this one up. You can check it out if you like. Alright, that is all I have for you. Let me know if there's any tips or anything I missed. Leave a comment in the comment section. Let people know. That's the basics I came up with. You know, if you're a little bit more daring and then within your first 5 days or you're going into buildings and stuff like that, let us know what you did, how you managed to survive it. So, all right. Well, I appreciate you watching the video, and yeah, y'all have a good day.